So, you have a movie for me?
I am a collector.
Australian legends.
Funny segments.
And go.
What's up, everyone? It's Adam from FWCI, and rest in peace, Bob Saget. He passed away today. I think he was 60. Is that how old he was? I probably should have checked that first. But I used to love Bob Saget when I was a kid growing up watching Full House in Australia. That show it had like a brief period there where it was just like the best show on TV. The ratings were so high on it. It was such a staple, I think, of a lot of people's childhood. And then obviously his stand-up, which was quite different to Full House, we'll say, probably a mild way to put it. I remember checking out one of his stand-up specials and just like laughing the whole way through. Like, I was surprised at how funny it was because it had been hyped up to me as well. So today I'm going to check out two Bob Saget videos. The first one is called A Young Bob Saget Performs at Dangerfields in 1984, and the other one is just dirty jokes. So looking forward to both of those. Again, rest in peace to the legend. This guy was very young. I'd say my favorite Bob Saget memory, just before we jump into it, the roast with another comedian who just passed away, Norm Macdonald, where Norm was doing the old-timey retirement jokes for Bob Saget's roast. It was Saget's reaction to that whole thing that made me laugh the most. Like, he knew exactly what was going on. It was almost like the joke was just between the two of them, which is just a beautiful moment to capture. So let's check this one out. Subscribe if you're new to the channel. What do we got here?
Here's a guy who's very funny, but he's lonely. He needs acceptance. Make him happy, won't you? Bob Saget, how about it? All right, Bobby?
Okay, I've heard of Dangerfields as a club, but Rodney Dangerfield ran it and hosted it and shit? I need to learn more about Dangerfields, because Rodney Dangerfield is funny. Hey, look at your hair. Would you see yourself in the mirror? Hey, you're all right.
Here we are now.
Oh God, he's so young.
Audience, you really are. I'm not just kissing up. I'm really not. I swear, I'm slobbering all over you is what I'm doing, because I need you to like me real bad, because I have no act, and I have no life, and I have no future. I'm serious. My mom is Gumby, my dad is Pokey, and I'm Mr. Potato Head. So I talk real fast. If you have any drugs, take them now. I'm serious. I'm not funny, but I am quick. That's the problem I have with women, too. But it's good to be here. It really is. And you're a great crowd. I'm not just kissing up again. It's the second time I've done it. I just want to take a jacuzzi with you and throw in a toaster. I'm not kidding. I've never been this happy.
Wow. So he's got that like crazy rapper delivery, almost like a George Carlin style, where it's a very precise and, rapid kind of joke telling. But he's very monotone. This is interesting.
But you're a great crowd, and I care about all of you individually. I just want to have sex with you right now. I'm serious. But I can't. I'm working right now. But I'm a happy guy, because I got married. Married my girlfriend of 7 years. At her age, I'm going to jail. I did. I really am in love. I told her tonight, I said, when I come home, I want to make love to you badly. And she said, at least you don't overestimate yourself. But I'm nuts over her. She's this tall. It's my dad's joke.
Too many jokes about that topic, man.
I'm sorry you laughed at that. I've lost respect for you. I really have. Everybody needs friends, I had it rough when I was a kid. Never got to go to camp. My mom thought I'd get embarrassed undressing in front of little boys. But I've changed, because I kind of like it now. That's not true. I'm no senator.
Wow. Wow.
Thank you very much. I never got to sleep over my friends' houses. Anybody get to do that? You slept over my friends' houses? I never got to. I said, Mom, why not? She said, Bob, you have no friends and you have no life, and I'm not your mother, okay? But I love my mom, and you can too for just $12. I'm sorry, that was easy. Let that go. I'm sorry. Don't applaud that. You're scum, buddy. You really are. I live in California now, which is nice, but I'm actually frightened to death of an earthquake. I'm really scared of it. Californians don't care. It's like, oh, look, the ground's opening up. There goes my house. There go my wife and kids. It's Miller time. I'm scared there's going to be like a major quake and I'll be getting a vasectomy at the time. That's what I'm scared of, It was a 7.3, but now it's a 4.1. But I won't do that, damn it, because I want to have a kid. I really do. Right now I'm in no position to have a kid because I'm standing up and I'm alone. But I want to have a kid, but...
Wow, some of these jokes are really dated, but other ones of this were pretty goddamn shocking.
We've been trying to have a kid. Well, my wife's trying. I just lay there. But I won't breastfeed. Damn it, I won't do it. Men can breastfeed. Did you know that? I read that. Okay, I made it up. No, I read it. I wrote it down and then I read it. I read everything. I read it. Men can breastfeed, but you have to actually take cans of evaporated milk to your chest and give the baby an opener, you know? I remember when I was just a little baby, my mother was looking down and she said, Bob, you've had enough. And I said, don't act like you don't like it. You know, I was young. I was a smart kid. But there's so much bad stimulus out there for kids. I was in a toy store recently. There's this new doll out. It's half man, half woman. It's called Gee, I Don't Know. You've been real nice. I had a good time. Thank you very much.
Oh my God.
Thank you.
That was a great joke. A doll, half man, half woman called Gee, I Don't Know.
Bob Saget, huh?
Hey, you did all right, kid. Hey.
Very good, Bob. Very good, baby.
You're all right.
I tell you, it pays to be good. It don't pay much, but it pays.
Holy shit, is this like a Rodney Dangerfield YouTube channel? Yes, it is. Let me know in the comments if you want to see more stuff from Rodney Dangerfield. We'll also see how copyright goes on this. But that was really fun. Again, some of the jokes were very dated. You could tell that it was 1984, but like he was so young, he had such a monotone delivery. I feel like the stand-up that I saw had elements of that as well, where he would just keep adding onto it, but I can't do that because this like just I remember that kind of rhythm when I watched his stand-up. But let's check out some of Dad's Dirty Jokes by Bob Saget.
My dad, we had a very weird existence. I was 11, and he was a meat executive. He was like a head of meat. He was a meathead, basically. And he would just tell me sick shit, which is why I became a comedian before I did anything else. We would be in a restaurant, this is true, and he was sitting next to me, and he had a menu, and he said, tonight's specials are cake and cock, and they're out of cake. And I was like, I'm 11. I like cake. They don't have cake? He was a sick guy, really funny, but just said weird stuff. He went through the Depression. He would say jokes like, ask me how I slept last night. How'd you sleep? Like a baby with your mom's tit in my mouth. I'm like, oh my God.
Oh my God, it's so
I want to be emancipated, you creepy man.
This old man's got issues.
Dumb things. He said, I read the newspaper today. I think it was a misprint. I didn't know if the guy shot himself or shit himself. Just a walking rim shot, the whole thing. He was a supermarket person. Supermarkets. He said that one day A&P was going to merge with Stop and Shop and be Stop and P. He's not here anymore. How you doing, sir? He told me a joke. This is a really weird joke. I shouldn't share it. Okay, but you insisted. This is an old school joke from the Depression, so this is it. A guy goes into a house of ill repute, which I didn't even know what that meant. I was 11 years old. It doesn't mean nothing. And that's how I talk, it means nothing. And the guy says, what do you have for $1? So that's around this time, when this place was built. Now, 20 years earlier, forget the fucking facts, listen to the joke. So this guy goes into a house of ill repute and says, what do you have for $1? And the proprietor, I don't know what proprietor means, he says, I'm 11. He says, go upstairs and make a right and sit on the bed and you'll know what to do. And the guy goes upstairs and sits on a bed and a little door opens up and a chicken comes into the room. This is foul. And we laughed. And the guy, I'm 11, the guy, as my dad tells me, does his business with the chicken. That's fucking nothing to me. I don't know what that does his business. What are you, like shaking hands, Willie Loman, you got briefcases? I don't know. And then he says, and then the chicken is disgusted and he leaves. He's angry, that's correct. You know what I'm talking about. Chicken goes away. And the guy goes away and he comes back the next day and he says to the proprietor, I'm 11, I swear to you, I didn't even have a pube. I didn't know what my dad was talking about. Well, I had one pube, and I put it under the pillow for the pube fairy to come. And he came on my pillow, which was really bad, but...
None of that sounds
So the guy
good.
comes back, and he says, I want my $1 back. And the proprietor says, oh, no, sir, good sir. Because it was much more official. He said, I'll make it up to you. Go up the stairs this time and make a left, and you won't want your $1 back. And guy goes, okay, goes up the stairs, makes a left, sits down in a screening room, bunch of guys in raincoats, there's a big curtain opens up and there's a porn thing going on, a bunch of people like at some orgy, and I'm 11, I don't know what anything he's talking about means. And he says, and the guy turns to the guy next to him and says, boy, this is something. And the other guy says, you should have been here yesterday, some guy was fucking a chicken. It's a long way to go. But that's my childhood. And my parents were together for 65 years.
Hang on, why did he send him upstairs and then take a right if the orgy was on the left? I got questions.
That's my childhood. And my parents were together for 65 years. She loved him to death. And my mother's still alive. She can hear you right now. She's outside driving around. She is 87 and she still drives. I got her a prescription Winfield.
That's not good.
And I got the first alert. You know that thing where you fall and you can't get up or something? She hits the button and it calls the first people that I want there, which is the caterer. That's specifically a Jewish person's kind of joke. Any Jewish people here? Did you have a coupon? How'd you go about that? You applaud that. That does not help. I'm actually good.
I remember that. He just judges the hell out of the audience for laughing at his jokes the whole time.
Jewish, I'll be showing you in just a few minutes. We'll bring the jib in close. I call it a jib to show my giblets. I actually have been circumcised 9 times. Enjoy the calamari. My dad.
Bro. Enjoy the calamari. Oh man, yeah, that was a weird joke that his old man told him. It reminds me of when I was a kid. I would have been about 11, I reckon. I was hanging out with a mate and his dad, and we were out and about doing something, and I guess some good-looking girl walked past, and my mate's dad said to me, I was probably younger, I was probably like 8 or 9, I guess. My mate's dad says, "Oh boys, I would crawl across broken glass to sniff her farts." That phrase made me laugh at the time, but I'm not gonna lie, there were times where I was like, I don't know what fart sniffing is, when that's gonna come into it. I'm 15, I'm dating this girl. Like, it was always kind of in the back of my mind, like, I don't know when this is gonna happen, but according to that guy, that's what you're gonna want to do with a hot chick. So yeah, I've definitely got some experience with hanging out with, old blokes that just say really inappropriate shit in front of you when you're a kid. So, hey, it was the 90s, man. That was pretty much my life. It was just hanging out with adults hearing inappropriate stuff. But let me know in the comments what your favorite Bob Saget moment is. Mine, as I mentioned before, is definitely the roast and Norm Macdonald's entrant into that roast. I thought that was just fantastic. Let me know what else you want me to have a look at. Rest in peace, Bob Saget. And as always, everyone, be well, stay safe, look after your friends. See you in the next video. Peace.